Headlines this morning. Anambra State Government asks residents to support government to restore effective security network. Anambra Environment Ministry warns against violation of environmental laws. Federal Inland Revenue Services moves to recover unremitted tax deduction from state and local governments. Head of African Union SAL seek release of cereals and fertilizers blocked by Russia-Ukrainian war. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the news. My name is Chidema Orangwa. Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwu Ibezim has asked the park managers in the state to align their operations with the policy of the state government towards ending multiple taxation and collection of levies in motor parks across the state. The Deputy Governor made the call while addressing executive members of Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria when they paid him a visit at the Government House, Oka. Emmanuel Okonkwo has details.
Dr. Ibezim, while explaining that the government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo has zero tolerance for touting and multiple taxation, disclosed that efforts are on towards reducing taxes paid by transporters on daily basis in the state, and stated that leaders in transport company must synergize with the state government to make the vision achievable. He re-emphasized that the Professor Soludo's manifesto was well designed in a way to transform all sectors of the state economy so as to improve the living standards of the residents. Dr. Ibezim, however, used the opportunity to call on the state residents to partner the government in the quest of restoring sanity and adequate security of life and property in the state by providing relevant authorities with necessary information when they notice any suspicious movement or activity around them.
Will pay one levy and can go through all the public parts, load and come out. So I think what we will do is to look at ourselves, look at the structure we have, and then we need to align immediately with the government's laid out operations.
Speaking earlier, the chairman of the group, Mr. Celestine Anere, who spoke through the assistant secretary, Mr. Onyeka Ezani, said that the utmost responsibility of the association is to partner the government in power to ensure increase in the internally generated revenue and ensure that perfect welfare of passengers is maintained at all times in parks and roads across Nigeria, assuring their total support to the Governor Soludo-led administration, which he described as proactive and prudent. Mr. Anere disclosed that the association is making it a commitment and promise to the state government to ensure an unprecedented increase of over 1.5 billion naira per annum for the transport sector.
To ensure that perfect welfare of the passengers is maintained at all times, both at the motor parks and on the roads. The association have absolute control and authority subject to the law and bylaw of the land. Over all of the parts around Nigeria to facilitate orderliness and the safety of their luggage.
Wife of the Governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, says the society risks more harm if parents continue to give child upbringing poor attention. Mrs. Soludo, who was speaking in Oka, said the total neglect of basic child upbringing models by parents puts society in great danger with fast decline in moral rectitude. Dan Ezigwe has details.
According to Mrs. Soludo, most social challenges faced by the present society, including drug addiction, cultism, armed robbery, kidnapping, unwholesome quest for money, and violent agitation, among others, point to the failure by most parents to instill the right ideals in their children and wards. The governor's wife, who was recently made a war against drug abuse ambassador by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, said she is committed to the war against proliferation of illicit drugs, especially among school children, and will continue to engage in social advocacy and other impactful programs to create awareness of the dangers of hard drugs and help stem the tide of drug abuse in Anambra State. Mrs. Soludo, who expressed worry over hostilities being witnessed in different parts of Nigeria, said it is time for parents to go back to the drawing board, while government at all levels must do more and show sincere efforts in tackling social deprivations. In Oka, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
The Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Felix Odimegu, says the ministry will not hesitate to punish environmental law defaulters, especially during the end of the month environmental sanitation. We have details from our studio.
Areas visited were streets and markets in Aroma, Ifite, Agwoka, Opuno, Nodu, Amenyi and Ekoka. He expressed displeasure on the non-compliance of the traders at the second market, Ifite Road, Oka. The team sensitized the people on proper bagging of waste for easy collection and monitored compliance of residents during sanitation. The commissioner said that it is very important to bag the waste properly for easy collection and disposal by the designated government agency. He added that the commission trucks will be made available to collect wastes from house to house and street to streets. A trader at Ifitoka, Mrs. Victoria Eke, commended the state government for its effort at cleaning up the state, urging other traders to complement government's efforts by keeping their shops and surroundings clean. A seminarian in Eshesh at Stamford Road, Oka, Mr. John Wachugu, commended the efforts of the ministry for writing the churches and sensitizing them on the best way to bag their wastes.
Of the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA for Newi North, Newi South and Ekwusigo Federal Constituency, Mr. Uchenna Elodimore, has described his emergency progress for the party and for the constituency. Correspondent Ejike Abana reports that Mr. Elodimore stated this shortly after he was returned elected and declared winner of the primary election. He thanked God for the success of the keenly contested primary and requested other aspirants to join hands with him to make their constituency better and the party truly progressive. Mr. Elodimore urged the party faithful to activate the Onyagana spirit of APGA as he had during his consultation promised to support anyone that emerges like he did when he contested for the State House of Assembly and in 2019 general elections when he contested for House of Representatives without success. He noted that in the coming days, he will embark on consultations with stakeholders within and outside APGA constituents, all his fellow aspirants and members of the constituency, assuring to carry everyone along in ensuring that there is inclusive representation that focuses on improving the quality of life and the constituents and in synergy with Governor Chukwuma Soludo in building a livable and prosperous Anambra. Management of Anambra Broadcasting Service bemoans attack on ABS Awada Station, Onitsha. The acting managing director, Mr. Gabe Opaleze, who briefed staff on the extent of the attack during a staff meeting at Oka, however, thanked God that no life was lost in the unfortunate incident. Correspondent Onyinye Agubeze has details.
When they came out of those bushes, that one of them cleverly went to that side.
Mr. Opaleze recounted that one ABS bus and one Toyota Corolla belonging to a guest presenter were burnt to ashes, while one other bus belonging to the station has all its glasses shattered, an attempt at burning down the studio and transmitters. He expressed regrets that staff on duty were manhandled as well as some other facilities partially burnt. The acting managing director stated that 3 months after his administration began, the organization had received a new Sienna bus, some equipment, and pensioners have been receiving payments, as he urged more coordination among the staff to move the organization forward.
God showed us love in Onitsha. One of the mattresses they were using to lie down, these people carried that mattress, went into the live studio, put fire on the mattress with a view to making sure that the studio got burnt. They now brought something, put fire on that thing, a flammable something, and threw it inside the transmitter room. They wanted it to burn. That fire was blowing like candle. For a long time, These boys were thrown into the bushes, and they did all they could, apart from the vehicles they burnt. That light they put down did not glow into big flame. It was just like a candle. For hours, they were in the bushes. Because it was when I called the police commissioner, and we started making arrangements. Police commissioner called the DPO award. They now brought in a very large contingent of policemen.
A staff, Prince Emeka Kalu, commended the acting MD for his open door policy in running his administration and advised the staff to work together to move the organization forward. Ms. Ebeleze observed that the welfare of the staff should be given priority as a motivation to a remarkable output. Other employees took turns in contributing ideas on how the organization can move forward. Mrs. Nneka Obonwu, the late Director of Finance, who died recently, was remembered with a minute of silence. In Oka, I am Onye Agubeze reporting for ABS News.
Service FIRS says it is ready to recover unremitted tax deductions detained in the coffers of some state and local governments. FIRS said it will consequently advise the federal government and the finance ministry to henceforth decline approval of any request for the issuance of state bonds or other securities in the capital markets, as well as requests for external borrowing and approval for domestic loans from commercial banks or other financial institutions by state and local governments with outstanding unremitted tax deductions. The tax authority, in a notice signed by its chairman, Mohammed Nami, stated that it would also publicly name and shame the defaulting state and local government while publishing the amount owed in unremitted tax deductions. The FIRS thus called on all defaulting states and local government to promptly remit all unremitted tax deductions within 30 days of the publication of the notice to avoid it taking these enforcement actions. The Central Bank of Nigeria has disbursed a total of 106.39 billion naira to rice farmers under the Paddy Aggregation Scheme. This was disclosed by the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele in statement from the Monetary Policy Committee. He said that the pass was designed for integrated rice millers and large-scale aggregators to enable them purchase homegrown rice paddy at a single-digit interest rate to promote the federal government of Nigeria's National Food Security Program. Mr. Emefiele noted that he aims to provide credit facilities to integrated rice millers and large-scale rice paddy aggregators at a single-digit interest rate to increase the local production of rice towards effecting lower prices and enhancing national food security, even as he urged the rice mills in the country to embrace the bank's backward integration initiative aimed at conserving foreign exchange reserves, revamping local production capacity, and creating employment. And on the foreign scene, the head of the African Union, Senegalese President Macky Sall, will speak with the President Vladimir Putin in the southwestern Russian city of Sochi on Friday, Dakar said. The visit is aimed at freeing up stocks of cereals and fertilizers, the blockage of which particularly affects African countries, along with easing the Ukraine conflict. Sall's office said the war in Ukraine has sent the cost of fuel, grain and fertilizers skyrocketing around the globe, which is being acutely felt in African nations. Both Ukraine and Russia are major suppliers of wheat and other cereals to Africa, while Russia is a key producer of fertilizer. The UN said last month that Africa faces an unprecedented crisis caused by the war, compounding difficulties facing the continent from climate change to the coronavirus pandemic. Earlier this week, Sall made an appeal to European Union leaders to help ease the crisis on key commodities. He said their decision to expel Russian banks from the SWIFT financial messaging system could hurt food supplies to the continent. Over now to sports. World Soccer Ruling Body FIFA has confirmed the appointment of Nigeria's assistant referee, Mimison Iyore Kelvin Onwoka as part of the match officials at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The tournament will be hosted by Costa Rica, which would have hosted the 2020 edition before it was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And it will be held between August 10 and 28 across two host cities of Alajuela and San Jose. Apart from Yaure, 5 other match officials from the CAF region were also listed for the tournament, where Nigeria and Ghana are the continental flag bearers. South African Akona Makalima and Togolese Vicentia Amedome are the 2 center referees, while the trio of Cameroon's Karin Atezambong, Fanta Konmali and Diana Chekotesha Zambia are to serve as assistant referees. Altogether, 13 women referees, 27 women assistant referees, and 14 video match officials will make charge of the matches. Remember that you can follow news and program on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Orca. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main point again. Anambra State government has asked the residents to support government to restore effective security network. Anambra Environment Ministry has warned against violation of environmental laws. Federal Inland Revenue Services is moving to recover unremitted tax deductions from state and local governments. And we also told you that head of African Union sellers seeking release of cereals and fertilizers blocked by Russia-Ukrainian war. And here is a special message once again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good morning.